guys, welcome back to my channel. Mermaid Nina here. I have tonight what I think is a very exciting video. At least it was exciting for my family to film. That's right. In my last video, I gave out a little mini teaser about something I had scheduled for my family to do at Disney Springs. It is something I did have to schedule in advance, and it was a total secret. My family had no idea that I scheduled this. In fact, my kids didn't even know this existed. Check it out. Doesn't that look super cool? Oh my gosh, it was so much fun. So I can't wait to show you guys what exactly we did, but I thought I would talk about maybe your top 10 things you should know about this experience, because I tried really hard not to do too much research on the subject. I kind of wanted to be surprised, but now thinking about it after the fact, I kind of do wish I knew a few of these things. So I'm going to tell you my top 10 things that you should probably know if you are interested in making your own Lego minifigure. That's right. There I am right there. Aren't I cute? All right, so in no potential particular order, here we go. First thing you need to know is, yes, you need an appointment. Make sure you go ahead and try to schedule an appointment a good 2 to 3 months in advance. That's right, it's almost like making a dining reservation at this point. In fact, I went to go look to see if I can get an appointment for our next trip, and they're already booked up into April. That's right. Also note that you are not booking up, I want to make 2 minifigures, I want to make 4 minifigures. You're actually booking up a window of time. So a half an hour, hour and a half to 2 hours. That's what you are scheduling and booking ahead. Now, I know a lot of you want to know, well, will they do walk-ups? Can we just walk up and do this? Kind of, sort of, yes and no, right? It depends on the popularity of this. And obviously, since they are booked into April, they are extremely popular. And yes, I did this over at Disney Springs. Are there other Lego stores that do this as well? Yes, there are. But while you're on your Disney vacation, why not add this to the list? So if you are kind of too late to get those appointments, sure, you can try walk up. When I did call and talk to the Lego store, they said the sooner the better. If you show up at like 6 p.m. hoping to get a walk-up appointment, it's probably not going to happen to you. But if you show up a little earlier and are willing to wait around for a couple of hours, you might get lucky. But yes, you do need to schedule an appointment ahead of time. You actually do this on the Lego website, and you are booking a time slot. You are booking an increment amount of time. So you do have to kind of think, well, how long is this going to take me to build? How many do I want to build? Should I book a half an hour? Should I book an hour? And all those sorts of things. I will let you guys know that I did book an hour for my family because I just didn't know what we were going to do. Were we going to be so kind of like creative that we were only going to be able to build, one figure? Or were we going to be super speedy fast on it and each build a couple figures? I had no idea what was going on. I just figured an hour of time was doable. So that's what we did. The other thing you need to know is you pay when you arrive. And you are not paying for your time slot. So you're not paying to be on the machine for half an hour or an hour. You are paying per figure, and the figures are $11.99. And yes, you can use your annual pass holder discount over at Disney Springs. So I will let you know that if you are an AP and if you are building 4 minifigures, the total will come to $46. That's how much it cost us to each build 1 figure with my discount. So just kind of know that in advance. In total, we spent about $85. That's right, I will get into that. But yeah, roughly about $12 per figure, which to me isn't too bad. These are so cute. All right, so let's get into kind of the nitty gritty, the things I kind of wish I knew ahead of time that I'm gonna share with you guys. So the other thing you need to know is this takes longer than you think. I had no idea it was gonna take me this long to build 1 figure. I had no idea how many different options there were, first of all. I had no idea how many different colors, how many different like little details we could pop on our minifigure, and I had no idea that I could get as creative as I did. So just note, if you have more people, if you plan on building more figures, if you are super duper creative and are not happy with just kind of like the stock images or stock colors, this will take you longer than you think. We did schedule an hour window and we made 7 figures. However, we were only able to make the 7 figures because at the time, the Lego store gave us 2 machines. If we only had 1 machine, we would have not been able to make 7 figures. And you don't know how many machines your family or your situation's gonna get until you get there. So just note in your head, if you plan on building multiple figures and you plan on getting super duper creative, you might wanna go ahead and schedule a longer window time. The other thing that I didn't really realize, I should have, is that you are only designing the front and the back of a t-shirt. That's it. And of course your custom nameplate, right? I guess I thought in my head that I could, make some funky pants or do something with my face, maybe add some freckles, some rosy cheeks, something like that. No, you are just designing the front and back of a shirt. But let me warn you, even though you are just designing that shirt, do not assume you can do that super quickly. Even my husband, who claims not to be Mr. Creative, took his time. And his minifigure is so stinking adorable. It looks just like him. The other thing you need to realize that even though you're just doing your shirt is they give you all these great options, these little like icons that you can kind of splish and splash on your shirt. You also have the availability to take like a paintbrush and draw something on your custom shirt. Now, this is the mistake I made because again, I wasn't really thinking. When you look at the screen looks so big. So you're thinking, well, I don't want my icon that's going to be like in the corner of my shirt or the back of my shirt to be that big. Unfortunately, when it prints out, it is so itty bitty tiny, right? So how's that saying go? The bigger the better. That is exactly what it's going to be like here for you when you make your minifigure. I totally wish I would have, the little things that I had put on my shirt, totally wish I would have made them larger. 100% wish I would have gone bigger. The same thing on the back of a couple of my shirts, I put text, Mermaid Nina travels or whatever. By the time it printed out, it was like so itty bitty. I wish I would have just blasted that across the back of my shirt. A little obnoxious in real life, but on your minifigure, it totally would have been a good idea. So yeah, go big is essentially what I'm saying here. The other thing you need to be mindful of, and I wasn't really thinking about this, is if you are female or you're making a character who has long hair, you need to be mindful of the back of your t-shirt because by the time you put your Lego hair on, it covered the entire back of my shirt. So I spent all this time putting like my logo on the back of my shirt with a camera. And then what happened? My hair covered it. If I pop my hair off, you could see that I actually put a camera on the back of my shirt. So yeah, just be mindful of that. If you have something dangling in the back like long hair, it will cover the back of your t-shirt. The other thing that I was kind of disappointed to find out, although it totally makes sense, is there are no copyright images or accessories. What do I mean by this? Is there's no like Disney or Universal or things like that icons for you to like bloop on your shirt, or even accessories for you to pick out for your minifigure, right? Totally would have been excellent to have like a Mickey pretzel for my minifigure or a set of mouse ears. It would have been great to have a custom stock like Mickey face that I could have plopped on my t-shirt. I mean, after all, we are at Disney Springs. Of course, the majority of these people might be wanting to make some sort of figure like themselves, like they're at the theme park. So know that going in advance. You are not gonna find Disney stock images to make like a Disney World t-shirt or a Spirit jersey or whatever it is that you want. However, you do have the ability to select like a little paintbrush and you can draw your own Mickey Mouse head or whatever you want on your minifigure, which I did. She's got a Mickey Mouse on the back of her shirt. But again, unfortunately, I put my Mickey Mouse on the back of my shirt. So by the time her hair is on here, you can barely tell that what I put on was a Mickey Mouse. So yeah, just things to kind of know in advance. There was a lady next to us who had obviously done this before. She had like an image on her phone that she was trying to copy and like paintbrush on her minifigure so that when it printed out, it was almost like she had an actual shirt that she owns. She was there forever and it did look super awesome, but obviously she knew what she was doing and she was prepared. Like I said, I had no idea. I assumed that they would have like little stock Mickey Mouse images that I could plop on my shirt, write my name on it, add some fun colors and be done. No. So just a little heads up. The other thing you need to know is the stock accessories that you then get to select for your minifigure are limited. And they change, and you are sadly not guaranteed to find what you want. So even though I might show you what we got, it doesn't mean it will be there when you go to make your minifigure. So just note that that happens. So on top of you custom designing your own shirt, right? Whatever you want on your shirt, you get to select from a bin of Legos your own head, right? Your own smile, your own hair. You get to select your own accessory for your hand or maybe a hat or something like that. And you get to select your own pants. I wasn't really thinking about this because one of my minifigures is wearing overalls. Here she is right here. She's super cute. I painted a little Mickey in the corner of her overalls. So what I wasn't thinking is, oh my gosh, she's so cute. She's in her overalls. I made like a Nina, like a back in the day Nina, back when I was, in art school and I'm painting and I got my painter overalls on, right? I'm thinking super cute. I even put a little Mickey here in the corner of my painting overalls. I totally forgot to select the overalls for the back of my outfit. So now my shirt doesn't show any back overall straps. And the pants, none of the pants matched the color of the overalls. Just something to note. So yeah, pants, head, hair, and accessory. Now here comes to another point. I have not your normal hair. So they didn't have hair for me. I ended up having to get what I'm kind of calling like Elsa hair. This is what my minifigure ended up having, was this blonde long hair, which totally isn't me. Or I ended up getting this like blue ponytail here. I thought maybe I could spray paint the blue ponytail to make it kind of purple and gray. So I was talking to one of the workers and she said that, a couple years ago, there was one minifigure that came with purple hair. So I go on eBay, yes, eBay, typed in purple hair, and sure enough, I was able to purchase several purple hairs for about $3 to $4 and had them shipped to my house. So here's the purple hair that I ordered from eBay. So the purple hair on my minifigures is not the hair that I found at the Lego store. I actually purchased those separately, but my kids also had a hard time finding hair that worked. My son's hair was the right kind of shape of hair, but it was the wrong color. He could only find it in black. And then my daughter's hair, she's a brunette. She could only find a short, like pixie kind of haircut of her hair because they didn't have something that really matched her hair. So just note that if you're custom building yourself, you may want to check out eBay after the fact to see if you can find, you know, a head of hair or a pair of pants or something that works best for your minifigure. The same thing with accessories. We've got some amazing accessories between all of our figures. We've got a saw and a bunch of swords and a briefcase and a walkie-talkie. I even got like a pixie dust wand, so cute. But what I was really looking for was a camera. And they didn't have one. Would they have a camera next time? Possibly. They just didn't have it when I went. So just note that this is all about the fun of it, but it's not necessarily that you're gonna get the exact thing that you were hoping to build or make. But I'm pretty happy with my pixie dust wand. I also got an umbrella because of course during that trip it did rain quite a bit. The next thing, I kind of talked about this a little bit, but we did 7 minifigures in 1 hour. That was my time slot, 1 hour. And when my hour was up, it was up. It was almost like the machine shut down. It was giving me like this warning flashing signs on the screen. But again, we had 2 machines. That is not guaranteed. I had called ahead of time and I asked them, I told them we were 4 people. We were trying to build at least 1 minifigure a piece. It would be great if we could do 2 a piece, if they thought an hour was enough. And of course they have no idea because it depends on how creative you're gonna be and how picky you're gonna be and the whole thing. We were lucky enough to have 2 machines. So we were able to kind of spread out that hour. But again, it took way longer than we thought. The other thing that's pretty cool is they print the t-shirt right there in front of you. Literally right there in front of you. They're putting in these stock plain white colored generic Lego shirts, right? Pop them in this machine and it's actually printing out all of your colors and your details and everything that you have put into your shirts. So it's pretty sweet that right there in the moment, not only can you watch your actual shirt be printed, but you get to take it home with you that day. Right then and there. There is no coming back an hour later. They print it while you wait. So what we were doing is one of us would quickly make a shirt, then we would switch, someone else would make it. While we were done making the shirt, we would look for our accessories. While we're looking for the accessories, the Lego store worker is printing out the shirt. We had so many minifigures coming and going. We had so many different boxes on our machines. I'm not sure that Lego store employee knew what was going on. We had accessories everywhere. At one point, she started just throwing stuff in a big Lego bag for us. So we did end up with a few extra hair pieces and accessories than we should have. But I think it's just because we had a lot going on. She didn't know what was happening and she just took everything that was near our computer and plopped it in a bag. By the way, the workers at the Lego store were extremely helpful. They were very sweet and they had no problem answering our questions and kind of working us through the process. So absolutely loved the workers over at the Lego store. But yeah, it's pretty sweet that you get to watch your shirt get printed while you're kind of hanging out building your next shirt or while you're waiting, it's super sweet. The next tip I have to suggest is you really need to come up with a game plan. Again, this was a total surprise for my kids and my husband. They had no idea this was happening. I kind of did. And I knew that going into it, I wanted to make a Mermaid Nina, right? I wanted to make a Mermaid Nina travel agent, Disney, YouTuber. I wanted like a Disney t-shirt on, kind of like I'm going to the theme parks. And then I was hoping that if I got to do a second one, that it would be fun to do like a real Nina, like a Nina at home, a non-Disney so much Nina. But based on the different, styles and colors and things that they had options for, you kind of just have to go with the flow. I didn't quite get to build exactly what I wanted to build, although I am happy with the outcome, so no complaints here. My kids, however, had no idea what was going on. They didn't surprise me. They didn't really want to build themselves. Neither one of them wanted to build a minifigure of themselves. So both of them built kind of these fantasy characters that they wish they would have had Legos of, because both my kids, the whole family actually, were huge Lego fans. Our entire basement is a giant Lego like museum, store, build center. I mean, Legos are just everywhere. As soon as homework's done, they are in the basement building Legos. We are huge Lego people. So they decided to actually build Legos or minifigures that would go with their sets that they have in the basement, which kind of shocked me. I thought they would each want to build their own little minifigure. They had zero interest in that. The husband, I don't think he knew what to do. So finally I was like, just, build a cute version of yourself, which he did, and it came out fantastic. But you do want to come up with a game plan. One thing I'm still wondering is if I would have shown up with a stylus pen, I wonder if I could have used a stylus on the screen, because my fat fingers on the screen, it was kind of hard to be able to get too much detail into my drawing, as you guys will see in these clips. I was really trying to create something specific, give Mickey, 3 exact perfect circles, right, in the shape of his head, or to put little like highlights and details in like the bow, the Minnie Mouse bow or whatever. So I'm still wondering if I would have brought a stylus pen, if that would have worked next time, right? So depending on what your design is, if you want to go simple or you want to go elaborate, let me know if you've tried a stylus pen and if that works on the screens. The other question I'm sure I'm going to get, and that is, Nina, was it worth it? Was it worth it to spend $12 plus tax or whatever it is to build your very own minifigure? I'm gonna go with yes. The whole experience was extremely awesome and sweet, and even though I didn't get to make a full body custom minifigure like I was kind of hoping, I was hoping I could print out colorful hair and I would have better stock images for the t-shirts. I still think it was a super fun experience. And now I have a Lego that looks pretty much like me. I have a nameplate that says, Mermaid Nina, so that's pretty great. I mean, how many people can say that they've built their own custom minifigure that looks pretty much like themselves? I mean, it's like going online, right, and going on one of the apps and building one of your custom emojis. Sometimes the emoji looks just like the person, and sometimes not so much. I'm pretty happy with mine, especially after I could find the purple hair. And I know my kids, if they really wanted it to look like them, they could find their proper hair on eBay as well. But my husband's is just too cute. It looks just like him, even with the cheesy little grin. Love it. So yeah, Lego fan or not, I'd say it's 100% worth it to, block out a half an hour and make one minifigure. Now, do you need 7? Possibly not. I think us building 7, me spending $85, $90 for 7 minifigures was a bit excessive, but again, we are huge Lego fans, and I don't regret it one bit. It was the Christmas surprise I had for my family. They had no idea, so yeah, was totally fine for me. I knew going into it, it was gonna be a little bit pricey by the time we were done. Yeah, pretty exciting. So yeah, like I said, if you decide to do this and you can't find the accessories or the pants or the hair or even the head that you want for your minifigure, go ahead and check out eBay, because I was very shocked to be able to find just the solid pieces that I needed. In fact, eBay even had some gray hair, which is perfect for me. So when my purple decides to wash out, I've got this long gray-haired braid piece that will look great on my minifigure, because right now all the gray hair that the stock kind of gray hair is like this old lady granny hair, which just isn't me. Not yet, not granny hair yet. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, my family had a blast. we would totally do this again. In fact, now that I've done it once, I have a better sense of what I would do next time. I would probably bring my stylist, and I would remember that the back of my shirt is probably gonna get covered by my hair, and remember, go big. Just the bigger the better when it comes to designing, you know, your little Lego pieces. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if I've inspired you to custom build your own minifigure over at the Lego Minifigure Factory. Yeah, we had a blast, guys. But as always, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. If the subscribe button is red, please click it, turn it gray, hit the bell icon for notifications, like this video, and let me know. Have you already done this? And if so, did you have the same feedback as me? What do you wish you could do for next time? Like, is there something I kind of missed? Or if you're like, wow, Nina, I gotta sign up for this, let me know in the comments if you've decided to do it and if you are also gonna keep it a surprise from your family. But yeah, guys, as always, mahalo for watching. Nina out. Bye.